The next keynote speech will begin in 3 minutes, so please come back to your seat. The speech will begin in 2 minutes, so please come back to your seat. Thank you. Our speaker is Dr. Shinichi Kuramoto. He is Associate Executive Director from Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology. We call it JAMSTEC. Yeah. Dr. Kuramoto obtained his PhD degree from the University of Tokyo in 1991. Since his PhD study, Dr. Kuramoto has been involved in marine geology and geophysics. And in 2002, he moved to JAMSTEC when the Center for Deep Earth Exploration was established. Now, he is in charge of the operation and the management of 6 research vessels in JAMSTEC. In addition to his research work, Dr. Kuramoto is also involved in a wide range of activities, including the promotion and the publicity of marine science. Today, he will talk with us. His talk will be New Era, New Science, and a New Technology of Our Oceans. Let's give our welcome him.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'm great, happy to be here, and also thanks to all the supporting member NMR to inviting me. Today, I'd like to talk about other keynote speech at the general things to new era, new science, and the new technology of our oceans. What we are going to now, and based on the JAMSTEC activity and also in the global sense, what we should do for the future, hand in hand. Of course, there's no national boundary about the science and the technology development, and try to speak about it. Then, first of all, So last night too, but anyhow, as during earthquake in Taiwan, we would like to express our sympathies for the earthquake tsunami damage for the 2024 Taiwan earthquake in April 3rd. Still the aftershaking is continuing. We pay attention about it. Because of the Japan, also the earthquake countries, as you may know, in 2011, Tohoku earthquake occurred. It was magnitude 9, the very special big earthquake. And shaking, of course, then the tsunami wave is very dangerous. Over the 20,000 people lost their life in the moment. So we are including that, what's the next science and the technology then about the oceans. I like these words, and I showed you everybody, maybe know, by the French mathematist Henri Poincaré. If nature were not beautiful, it would not be worth knowing. And if nature were not worth knowing, life would not be worth living. So our planet is really beautiful. And I put the one slide here. Everybody know in here is taken from the homepage of the visiting people at Taiwan. Then they are very beautiful. And all over the world, we have a very beautiful planet. Then we know about more detailed things. Oops. So most people, they educated well, be here, I think. So our planet has a history over the 4.6 billion years ago. The first of that, then the cosmetic planets, the conjunction, and they make them ocean, the magma. And after that billion later, first life was born in waters. Then that time, after that, slowly evolved, and miracle balance has been conducted so far. Then now we are here as a humankind. So it's a long history, but slowly evolved, but very much the sensitive balance was naturally occurred. But in the beginning of the Earth, maybe just 3 billion years ago, in the ocean, first ocean was created. The water come from the rocks, maybe. Then the hydrothermal circulation may occur, that type things. Then extreme environment is created even in 3 billion years ago on our planet. Then first life may be born like this phenomena. This, as you know, this is the catch by our submersible. Current process also going on. The same process is underway. And also the first oxygen produced by cyanobacteria. It's taken from the Australian beach stromatolite. Is producing the oxygen. Then they're changing in the atmosphere, the components after the ocean they're created. Then Cambrian life looks like that. Then they are now, some of them are still living in our ocean too. So our beautiful ocean looks like this may continue more than 3 billion years. Same views as we are sharing right now. However, yeah, today's my agenda is my motivation is about a quarter century has passed since the 21st century inauguration ceremony. I still remember, but We have overcome several disasters, economic crisis, international conflict, etc. Meanwhile, global environmental change have been quietly and steadily approaching us. We recognize those changes by Earth scientific observation and monitoring in recent years. It is so rapidly changing right now. What should we do now? The answers are in our ocean, I believe. Then I show you the later slides. So today's agenda, I show you how rapidly changing our ocean, increasing greenhouse gas, and food depletion, marine mineral resources, and marine microplastic waste. And how do we tackle about those changes, quickly changes? To understand the process is first by the scientific point of view, and also the present and the past, how do we do? And the feedback to the society is very important. Then the important key elements could be education. It could be relating to the previous keynote speech, I guess. Then the change to the future, the proposed vision that I show you later. Okay, rapidly changing in our oceans. Okay. Maybe everybody know about it. And increasing the greenhouse gas. It is the, according to the Mauna Loa Observatory, it's increasing year by year like this, changing by the seasonal change, small changes, but in the trend is always increasing. Now it's over the CO2 is over the 400 ppm. Then according to the more than the older stage, using the ice core, then back to the 800,000 years ago, shaking like this. But anyhow, in the recent, quickly they going up about the CO2 concentration. It's over, as I said, over the 400 ppm. It is unusual, never experienced before. But however, more back to the dinosaur age, it's a more CO2 content is higher. But very recent, it's fluctuate like this. But anyhow, this is a trend is very much very surprising things and quickly changing. Then the CO2, increasing the CO2 content in air, the CO2 is dissolved in the water too. Then the ocean hold more than the 50 times CO2 than the atmosphere. It's always dissolved into the ocean, keeping the CO2 rather than the air, atmosphere. Then but of course there is a limitation of the dissolving in the water. Then there's some getting the problem. One is the acidification of the ocean is going on. Once the acidification going on in the ocean, there is one example, foraminifera. The shell of the foraminifera is getting the thinner and thinner. Then very difficult to create the shell of the foraminifera. That means the reduce the number of the foraminifera reducing. It means the food chain will be destroyed. Then the environment changing is going on like that. Then the air temperature, this is the IPCC report. Then near the last 100 and 1200 years, and then slightly increasing after that 1900. Then gradually increasing the temperature, and after the 1980s, the changing the slope is more. So the over the 2020, then it's already over the 1.0 or 1.2 degrees C is expected. In 2050, it's more than 2 degrees or maybe more. Then we call the global warming, but now it's UN Secretary of the Greatest said last year, we are now in the global boiling. It's quickly changing the environment like this. Not only the air, in the ocean, its the temperature also going up. So even the surface water is like this. Then the deep water, deeper than 700 meter water depth, is going up like this. It's parallelly increasing the temperature of the ocean too. The air, not only air, the ocean also warming up gradually. And every year, taking the data of the temperature, then the last year was a world record. Every year they're changing the world record. Now it's over the last record. And also it is occurred in the worldwide areas. As water warms up, the fish metabolic rate increase, which means the fish requires more oxygen to function. Yet warm water contains less oxygen than cold water. On average, fish respiration rate double for the every 10 degrees C rise in water temperature, which means the change species and the productivity of the fishes too, based on the temperature uplifting like this. Then based on the data, after the 1990, fish capture the fish is almost constant. It could be a limit of the upper. Based, against to the agriculture, it's increasing after 1990, like this. We are eating the fish a lot, but natural one is almost a constant volume, is just a supply. We are almost, the aquaculture, the fishes, is only supporting our humankind. It is no way to increase the number of the natural fishes based on, because of the temperature increasing in the activity, the species is changing right now. It's very serious for us. What's the food we can eat for the future? Then almost the half century ago, maybe you are around in high school or somewhere, there's a report from a Roma club which proposed the idea that we have a limitation of the growth. Then because one of the significant things is the population is increasing. Now we are maybe 88 billion people that living on the planet. Then going to the 10 billion in maybe somewhere around the 2050s. So this trend is correct. So now we are expecting to like this. In Japan, and then the population is decreasing, but however, other countries, big countries, are still going up. So in the total, then we may face to the 10 billion people that live on the people. But after that, may decrease. This is expected. And increasing the people means we consume a lot of the food and the resources. Energy is a lot of the we consume. Then that means the resources decreasing, the food is also decreasing after the 2020, something like that. Then also the production rate also they decrease and the pollution is increasing because the number of the people they're increasing. Then that is very general. please remind, this is a half century ago they estimated like that. But in the general trend, it's not so long. This is the maybe suggesting a very important thing still now too. Then increasing the temperature, what will happen if the submarine circulation may be stopped to cause a significant event, environmental change, like the younger Dryas age. So, you know, the ocean current is circulated around the world. It takes about 1,500 to 2,000 years, 2,000 years. Then the so thinking at the north of the Atlantic, then go down to the south, along to the Antarctica, to migrate to the north in the Pacific, and uplifted. Then like this. So this is samurai circulation. It depends on the temperature and the salinity, basically. If the temperature is higher in the air, then it is no more than can sink at the Atlantic areas. If they stop this circulation, then the very large global environment change may be expected. That our planet have experienced, maybe if this circulation stops, then like a younger Dryas, really cold, and also the dry age may coming like this expected. So big change, environmental change may occur. Then one of the numerical simulation was conducted by last year. They are suggesting in the earliest case, this circulation will stop at 2025, the next year, or later, something like that. Very serious. Then we JAMSTEC, based on such kind of data taken by ocean and the land, and are using computer simulations for to the futures. I show you above the global temperature simulation and also the ice cover in the Antarctic area in the same time. So 1962, I choose this slide for first one because I was born in the 1962. So back to the 50s, then they start the simulation. So the temperature is nothing changed in the early 90s. Ice covers are always everything is covered like this. After 80s, 2000, it's mostly the high latitude area is getting the warm. And ice cover in the North Pole area is very shrinking, getting small. Year 2099, then the very warm condition could be expected, mostly the high latitude areas. And the ice cover is nothing, gone in the very recent areas. So it is based on the current situation, then if it's possible to change in the future, of course. So mineral resources, also I just showed the map, then we already found very useful minerals from the ocean, manganese and cobalt, and also the rare earth element. It's very good for the some motors companies using for the EV, electric vehicles and such kind of things. It's very important. Then the display over the Pacific and the Indian Ocean, of course, and Antarctica too. But however, there's a very economic battle is going on. Then somebody taking everything, then it is not fair. And such kind of politically battle is going on. But anyhow, simultaneously, important thing for the scientists is to keep the environment. Once they gather sample or resources from the ocean, then the environment may change. So then we are trying to watching like this camera system at the bottom of the ocean and connect to the satellite data and such transfer and such kind of things going on. Those are also very important for the future. And quickly the situation is changing. And microplastics waste is very important in the societal point of view. And the total volume of the microplastics, the 270 million tons per year is produced. Almost the same number of the global plastic waste is going on. Then plus some of the additional things, 275 million tons per year. Then 36% is will migrate to the coastal plastic waste as plastics. Then they finally throw away to the ocean is about 8 million tons per year. Then almost the 3% of the total production of the plastics. The plastics is a very tough guy, then cannot destroy, Then they only can do the aging and also the UV of the also mechanically destroyed into smaller and smaller. Then they never pick up again. So once the 3% of the total, that means the 8 million tons is thrown away in the ocean, we can never come back again. So that is always getting in oceans. So we trace that microplastics by offshore Japan by using the ROV and submersibles. Then trace like this from the ocean with the ocean current migrate like that. In the finally, is settled in the ocean floors. Then there is some of the place of the garbage, that's really concentrated, but never catch up again. So those very recent studies that we are going, then if we avoid such kind of things, then we can never produce to the ocean the plastics. So one of the examples then, the number of plastic bottles thrown away is approximately 2 to 5 million per hour in the United States. I just read about the newspapers. There's some of the fluctuation, but anyhow, the so big number of the plastic bottles that's thrown away is finally going to the ocean, then never catch again. So the rapidly changing our ocean, as I mentioned, the global environmental change have been quietly and steadily approaching us. It is becoming too fast and serious to ignore now. Our ocean has been changed its temperature, salinity, productivity, diversity in a short time. Some of them are irreversible reactions, and not all the ocean environment will return to their past state. We are in the new situation never experienced before. Anthropocene is a proposed geological timescale was unfortunately rejected by IUGS in March last month in 2024, is an important concept of the recognition of its rapid and global change where we are facing right now. So how do we tackle those changes we are just recognize? It's a quickly, globally the changing, never before experienced by the humankind. Then we some idea maybe, then they try to do about it. So based on the quickly advertise the Jamstack activity a little bit. So we established Jamstack, that stands for the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, established in 1971. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we had the 50th anniversary ceremonies. Then in the beginning, in early 70s, we developed like this so-called the project name, the Seatopia, utopia plus C, and that is kind of the dream, and that means the people can send to the ocean bottom up to 300 meters. So the people can work some of the construction under the water, and also the for the new space for the living in the future. Such kind of the dream we had about 50 years ago. Then we try to this kind of the model. Then finally we send the person to the 300 meter below the sea surface. Then unfortunately, that is very dangerous sometimes. Then we are changing slowly, do more active by using the HOV, human-operated vehicles, so-called submersibles. So the first one is we call the name is Shinkai 2000. Shinkai means the deep sea. Then the 3 person in this sphere, then they can dive up to the 2,000 meters, then work at the ocean bottoms. Then after that, then we developed in 1990, Shinkai 6500. It is the same concept, but more the deep, up to the 6,500 meter water depths that can dive and do work. Then also same time, changing a little bit in the motivation to use robotics. So first we developed the ROV. It is Kaiko ROV up to the 11,000 meters operated. And several others that we have right now. And more the robotics is getting on. Then the AUV, autonomous underwater vehicle, the Urashima, and others also. And also we constructed the drilling vessel, and also the new icebreaker is under construction. Will deliver to the Jamstack in 2026. Then in the Jamstack, we have several institutions. One is to focus on environmental changing, who is deployed the buoy, and also the CTD type and monitoring and capture sampling the waters and salinity temperatures, and also they conducted. And the Research Institute of Marine Resources, those mostly focus on the marine resources, and earthquake and volcanoes, and also the data infrastructures, those so-called value-add type simulation, and also the digital twin technology is going on, and also life science and such kind of things is we have. Then those are the current our ship. We have running the 6 ships, and the new one is coming in 2026. And ROV, HOV, those all the tools for the surveys. Then they do like that. Of course, the seismic survey and also the ocean bottom seismometer, then deploy the HOV and ROV, AUVs like this in the same time. Then that's kind of the standard style of the jamstick surveys. Then we have a more precise measurement of the tsunami and earthquake too. We deployed a submarine cable like this, and they are connected to those sensors on the surface of the ocean floor. And also the several observatory we have that make the borehole. Then they install the seismometer and the strain meter, temperature meter, etc. Those are installed in the borehole. That is the mean very high resolution data produced real timely. Then this is current technology. So the communication tool is very important in the ocean. Usually use the acoustic communication. We have a very high speed communication up to the over the 300 kilo bps per kilometers. And also we are developing the optical communication tools. This is just example. They deploy the camera at the bottom, then they communicate over the AUV, which is running over this camera, then communicate the data transfer by optical communication tools. Very high speed. Then we successfully developed. So once we develop those things, and the acoustic and the optical communication available, of course, the satellite communication is in hand. So all the communicators can connect through the land, air, surface, to in the ocean and the ocean bottom. In the same time, almost real time, the communication can available in the soon. If so, then they are kind of the cross realities. It's a virtual reality and augmented reality, mixed reality. Everything is based on the data, and the communication speed is very important. Once we successfully conduct that like this, then the people can see in all the animal, the seafloor change, and everything can see visibly using like a Vision Pro. It's produced by the Apple, then like this. So this is not dream, then coming soon, I think. So all the data produced by the sensors, then the buoys, and etc. Then that data is going to the computers and they simulate. Then they simulate, the result of simulate is compared to the real one, observed data again. That kind of the circulation may happen. That is the digital twin technologies. So they bridge to the future from the present. So the digital twin is very important, and transfer data into the knowledge and contribute to better decision making in the future. So for the current to understand I present, then how about the past? It's the only way is by using the drilling. They take a core. Then the time is limited. Then I should stop soon. Then kind of this scientific ocean drilling that we are conducting. Then to understand what the past that occurred, even in a seismogenic zone, what's the history we have, what's the recurrence time, what's the scale of the earthquake or the tsunami, can understand by the drilling. And also the microorganisms, also that we take from the core, even the 20 million years ago, the strata, they're still living the microorganism, they can sample and cultivate it. What they are doing, what's the environment changing, they're suggesting us. And the hydrothermal events is still going on. In the past, what kind of the strata and the history has occurred. This is the example from the Okinawa trough. Then we took like that by drilling, and also we manually make the precipitation, then make the rocks from here. Then the feedback to society, there are lots of the education program by the core school, and invite the young scientists, and also produce the publication, the TV program, and those things are very important too. Then how do we tackle? Then to understand the past and the present for the Earth, the high-resolution survey and the monitoring are a fundamental approach. The created big data volume is analyzed with AI technology and simulate a virtual environment. Then the feedback to the real environment by digital twin technology. Infrastructure, the communication from the space, ocean bottom, and the interior of the Earth is a key of the innovation they visualize for us real time, that transform data into the knowledge for everybody. We educate the society only that can appropriate the decision to survive sustainable for the futures. Then this is final. Important key is the education. Most important things is to understand our planet as the Earth, the system. That's not only the single things. Then like this, I don't touch the details. Anyway. But anyway, you know the butterfly effect. We believe we understand the system, but any event can bring about an effect in an unexpected way. For example, this is one of the examples about eutrophication, about the much produced about nitrogen to the ocean. Other one is the make the kind of the big dam, good for everybody, but unfortunately, earthquake happen. So another project is going on to make the ice more thicker to avoid any dissolving the ice in the Arctic Sea. And also the CCS, CCUS, the carbon capture and storage from the direct air capture is going on, and the CO2 to install in the planet. But still, we don't know about how they migrate after the injection. So the new approach are working, but we really need to consider those from the variety of point of view in the well advance. So this is final. The current situation on Earth is different from the Earth the past. The change are exponential and may even spiraling out of the control. We can ensure that the human continue to live on the Earth for the long time. At the very last, it's important to coexist and prosper by avoiding the extremely human-induced stress on the Earth. To achieve this, it is important to understand the Earth, the past, and the present as a system, and to connect this knowledge with action for the today and the tomorrow. And they are ocean that teach us this. The future is being created now. That's why we, all the stakeholders of the planet, can change the futures. This is a completely final slide. Why did this superior than Neanderthal, Polish, and human Homo sapiens survive? Of course, there is a very big discussion. The difference was not in the power or the wisdom of the individuals, but in the presence or absence of the collective intelligence. We must reaffirm this fact and use it as a lesson for the future development of global ocean science and the technology cooperation and its framework. Sorry that takes us so much time, then thank you very much for my presentation.
I would like to thanks again Dr. Kuramoto's presentation. From a very big picture to Jamstack's efforts. So is there any questions for our speaker? Oh, okay.
Hello, this is Pojan from Delta Electronics Foundation. I'm wondering, how do you align the data collected and the modules developed by Jamstack with other results globally? Because I saw that you have some collaboration with NOAA, and like how is it aligning?
Yes, we are supported by the tax. Then that means all the data will have to be open to everybody, the sharing the international communities. Then some of that, then for example, the VUI data is a someday organization, and then we deploy those data into the database. We also the own database, then can access everybody about it.
Okay, anyone? If you don't have any question, there could be no lunchbox for you. Okay. Oh, okay.
If you want to keep yours. Okay. Hi, Darren Lerner. Thank you very much. Really, really nice talk, and I've interacted with a number of different people from Jamstack, but never got quite the full overview that you provided today. I really appreciate that. But the kind of the first whole part around, you know, where we're going as a planet, a lot of conversation. You point out yourself that the trajectories are not good, but there are opportunities and places in which we can start to turn things back if we act, and then some things we're going to have to learn how to live with. And I guess just in a simple way, the question for, you know, whether it's, and I have many colleagues at NOAA as well, and for an organization like Jamstack, do you think it's that we're moving quickly enough? Do you think there are things in terms of the research enterprise at a place like Jamstack or others that we could be doing things differently?
Yeah, NOAA is one of the famous big data producers. Then of course the Jamstack too, then the other institution too. But those all the data cannot well understand. I think that it takes the time. Then that the things is getting quickly changing rather than us. You know, that means all the collective knowledge and the collaboration is very important. Not only done by the single genius person. Then we collaborate. That is, you know, simultaneously each people that think about or the different way. Then they come together. Then they just discuss. Then otherwise, then we take so much time. Then that's a history. I said the Neanderthal and the, you know, Homo sapiens. Then the collective knowledge is very important. Then otherwise, we can delay to action for the timing of the changing of our planet, I think.
Thank you for your talk. The question I have, you have the science information. How do you convey that information to government that has to make the big decisions? We can make little decisions at the local level to make a difference.
Yeah.
But the big decisions worldwide, you need government cooperation. And it seems the government isn't cooperating enough to realize that we are in danger. And they take a wait attitude.
Yeah.
So how are you and others trying to convince government to make those changes?
Yeah, try to move the government is very powerful. However, I'm just an outsider. Then to see the IPCC action, it takes a long time. never believe about the environmental changes going on. It's this artifact or something, the discussion, everything. Of course, that's an important process. However, then they're changing everything. But for everybody, the citizenship can act. Well, it's a simple example is microplastics. If you don't throw away the outside the plastics, then that problem is end. Then I think that those things have to be understood by each. That could be education is very important. Then not only the U.S., not only Japanese, not only the Taiwanese, then everybody, global population living on the planet have to understand the same things, the way to do them. Otherwise, cannot quickly adapt in the changing, which is quickly changing right now, I think. Yeah, of course, they promote to the government too, then they're very important simultaneously. Then.
Any more? Okay. I have a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
How optimistic are you for the future of the humankind?
I don't know. Yeah, a human country.
Yeah. No, human. We human. How optimistic we can exist maybe in the next 200 or 300 years?
Yeah. It's just. My just feeling is not linear reaction. Some point may change, dramatically they changing.
Yeah.
And how many years later, I don't know, but anyhow, it is not linear changing, not linearly changing, I think. Yeah.
All right.
And we recognize in very seriously environmentally changing right now, yes. Then we can stop. We can change the future.
Okay, great. Now the last one is there's a question here. I'm curious that JAMSTEC as an administrative corporation, how the research should be responded to the government.
Oh yeah, more than 1/3 of the JAMSTEC employees are scientists and engineer. Then we basically do the basic science and the technology development. Then that result in the report to the government. Then the government always say the budget is short. However, we continuously important things to them. Then otherwise nothing will change. Then, of course, our result is provided by the papers, international papers, then that's okay. But we educate everybody and also educate the government people too. Then that is very important for us. We are not a university, but it is kind of the government employee. It's independent, but like a government employee. The most budget they come from the government directly. Yeah.
Okay, actually there's another one. Does JAMSTEC do community services by your ocean science expertise?
Oh, sure, the community service, just outreaching that we do, not really, but we started the as an education program for the junior, elementary school age. Mm-hmm. And we provided the material based on our scientific results. Then we made a textbook, then to provide them. Then we started like that.
All right, I think that time is up. So I would like to stop here. So we have another appreciation for Dr. Kuramoto.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please give the both of two the huge applause again. Thank you so much. Yeah. The Chairman Chen is going to deliver the certificates of appreciation, and then we have the special souvenirs to Dr. Kuramoto. Then we are going to deliver the souvenirs as well. You get a picture? Okay, thank you. Please give them a huge round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Kuramoto, and thank you, President Chen. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for your coming. And we believe that after the conference today, you will learn a lot and you will have the very clear direction in the future. And now, by the way, all the keynote speakers in this 2 days conference, remember to upload your presentation file to the cloud, and we have sent the email, the linking email to you. All right. Okay, so this is the time for the lunch break. So ladies and gentlemen, please, we are going to kindly remind you the lunch break. You can get the lunch box is in the first floor. We are ready for lunch box at the first floor. So please get them there, and please enjoy your lunch at the conference now, which you belongs to. You will know the room assignments from your badge. All right, and session in the afternoon will be at 1:20. So remember, don't forget to arrive the conference room before 1:20. Last but not least, please remember to take your personal belongings with you, and wish you have a great day with us. Wish you have the fruitful day with us. Thank you.